how these false prophets are, man. They might look like they know and shit though, but it doesn't mean they actually know. But that's why, especially in these times, you see these times right now, they're and like coming into heavy times though.
Heavy times, yeah, heavy times.
But prophecies though, prophecies are popping left and right, where it's like people are gonna see these things though, and they're like, you know what, let's go to the Israelites though. But they might be going to IUCK, IUIC,
and then they get a taste of raw medicine.
Yeah.
On tissue.
Yeah. So that's the thing about it though. So that's why people got to be aware of these false prophets though, because they might look, from the outside though, but don't mean they are actually correct from the inside though.
So I subscribe to the Detroit Israelites, which is ISBK page, and every Friday night they do the pre-Sabbath service, and the first thing they fucking put up on their comments is, "Don't forget your tithes, show some respect." And then the whole show was like, they got like 1,000 viewers and they have to pay tithes. Like every fucking Saturday they pay tithes.
The other ones wear black too?
Yeah.
Okay. You see though, that's the thing, but they won't tell you like, oh, black represents darkness. They don't tell you any of that shit though, But they won't pay tithes though, and it's like, what? Even in the book of Acts though, I think his name was Simon too, when he told Peter and Paul, like, oh, I'm gonna give you this money so you could, I want to have powers like you though. And then I guess Peter told him, well, since you want to have power, you don't buy this though. So therefore, that guy died, and also his wife died though.
Nice.
I think it was, yeah. Well, actually, that was physical because they didn't sell the property, and they didn't give him the full pay.
They held it back from the spirit.
Yeah. They think you're not you're holding it back from. You know what I'm saying?
Peter was mad when he said, "You hold back from the spirit."
Yeah. So then, exactly though, because they didn't pay the full. You sold your lands, right? And then you didn't come at me. You didn't come with the full. You hold back on like, what the fuck? So he died, and his wife died too. Woo. So it goes to show you can't. What they say in the world though, you can't lie to a liar. The spirit will know, man. The spirit is real strong though. That's why, because like I said though, like right away, I remember when his brother, it was from the brother from LA. He sent me the links to when I was bringing the truth. And he was his channel was Inspiration Motivation though, brother from LA. And I was like listening to him. He inspired me to listen though. I'm like, man, you know what? Like his energy was so on point on what he was saying though. You could tell he was passionate, So that's what I was more and more intrigued though. So I started listening to him more and more. His brothers too, and him too. So y'all started off with them though, but you could tell through the spirit though. But then, sometimes our people with Sakari though. And they try to be like all like they know it all and shit, They try to be like that, but then they have fucking guns and shit and bulletproof vests though. The fuck is this? That's Esau shit right there, That's Esau. So that's definitely a false prophet.
They're trying to buy the power.
Yeah, exactly though. I think too they have the thing where you gotta pay for a subscription or so you can view their videos. So they're in the world though.
And remember, nothing's free in this world.
Yeah.
Not even a prayer. You can't pray for free. I mean, technically it doesn't cost you anything, but guess what? It's a great cost.
Yeah.
You have to give something up.
Exactly. It's like about.
You have to make it up.
Yeah.
So, come on, man.
Even these Christians and shit, right? These Christians, they like to pray for people. But it tells you in Jeremiah, the 11th chapter, don't pray for these people though. Even though he's talking about that time there, Israelites going off praying, for going, chasing Baal and all these other idols and shit, But it says, do not pray for these people though. But guess what? We're not gonna pray for these Christians though. If they about this though, we're not gonna pray for them because that tells you that in Jeremiah though. So therefore, because I remember I was with one of my woman's aunt in a car, and there was a car crash on the freeway, and her aunt was like, oh, let's pray, let's go, pray for those people, this and that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, how the fuck do you know they're even righteous people to begin with, right?
You're praying for sodomites.
Yeah, and then fucking, who knows this shit? Might be fucking a weirdo and shit though. But you want to pray because they got into their shit. That's what I'm saying. A lot of Christians don't understand judgment though. It's in the Bible though.
They don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. They always want to talk about the good stuff. How Moses opened up the sea, and for
you talk about judgment, they're gonna curse for their pocket for some aspirin. They're gonna get fucking
headache. Yeah. But hey, that's what I'm saying though. So even Christians, these pastors too, man, they're false prophets because they think that the Most High, they think they're talking to God, and And sometimes they even open up. I would just talk, like, they literally say, like, I was talking to God. Like, if he came down and sat on the table and talked to them, like, in person.
Well, we had a friend. He said that shit. He's like, he had coffee with him every morning.
Oh, yeah, see? Doesn't it say if you see him, you'll die? Like, even though, what was it, Moses had to turn his back, right?
Yeah.
He couldn't see the Most High. He had to turn his back. That's why the Most High used things like burning bush, like things for Moses to talk to, though. But he couldn't see him, though. Like, he had to turn his back, though. You telling me that you're more up there than Moses, though? Come on, get the fuck out of here, man.
Hey, Moses is King David in the incarnation.
Yeah, Peter too. That's why Peter was able to do
the things that he did.
Yeah, exactly. Because he was the head of the stone, right? The head.
Yeah.
It tells you in the book of Matthew too. Like,
so the thing to realize is it's all spiritual. Spirit is ancient. Our spirit is not 42 years old.
Yeah.
It's way older than that.
Yeah, because even in the world they say, man, you got an old spirit, old soul. That's what they say. You got an old soul. Because I remember, man, I wouldn't be like. I hang out with people that are kind of older than me and shit, because I was able to, like, mentality-wise on their level and shit, you know? Yeah. That's why when I hang out with people my age and shit, I was like, man, you guys are some little kid shit, you know? But even that came to realize that you grow up faster like that too, you know? Being with fools and shit that are older than you and doing shit, then it's like, then by the time it comes with theirs, they're, you know, people that your age do the shit that by the time you're like, man, I already been there, done that. It's nothing new, you know? But the Most High does things like that, you know? That's why you see that the little brother always trying to hang out with the big brother and shit, you know? He's trying to be cool like him and shit, things like that, you know? So, can you get Jeremiah 23 and read 1 through 4? And can you get John 3 and read verse 8 through 12? Because, like I said, man, we are in these times though where a lot of things are happening, you know, prophecy over here and over there. Man, like me and brothers talking though, he's like, time could be, time is your enemy. It could be your enemy. Because imagine you're like, oh, you know what, I've been listening to IUIC. Oh shit, you know, they didn't talk about the MOTV. This group did though. Next thing you know, things pop out. It's gonna be too late. You know?
Because I was saying, like, we can't waste time. Because if you're wasting time, that means you're part of 2/3. Because remember that movie Phone?
With that Edomite with the briefcase and the gun?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
He was singing that song. He was saying, time is on my side. That's because Satan. That's right. Because Satan, he ain't on no time schedule.
And remember, I always say this: the Shikarites are masters of time.
Yeah.
You say, "Fuck your time. You're on my time." And then that changes. It's all about attitude. So you can't be a prince of power if you don't act like a prince with power.
Yeah, exactly. Well, even the Gad, Chopper Gad, they don't believe in time. They just tell you come. Motherfucker, just come. You're gonna come. If you don't come, that's on you. Don't tell me you're gonna come at this time. You're gonna come or not.
If you have Native American friends and Gadites, you don't call them up and say, I'm gonna be over there at 11. Now when my friends say, I'm gonna be over there, I'm already going to sleep. I don't go to sleep. They might be coming up any fucking time.
Yeah, that's how. Yeah.
They'll show up any fucking time. They'll say I'll be there. They're meeting from 6 a.m. to 6 a.m. the next day. That's the completion of the day. That's when I'll be there.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That's how it's supposed to be, though. You know. But I remember too. You know that friends too that be like 12, 1 in the morning. You know, late while I was in the world though, and they'll be waiting outside with the chair like. All right, motherfucker, let's start drinking, you know? Like, I'm like, all right, you're a true friend, you know? Just things like that.
This is real in your head, on my wrist. Time. It's the concept of time.
Yeah. No, it's true because, too, it's a spirit, too, because I told you I cleaned a bank, though, right? Yeah, I cleaned the bank, though, and I used to go in afternoons, though, but now I said, you know what, I'm gonna fucking go before they open up the bank, so they open up the bank at 9. So I go like at 7 to clean it. And I talked to the supervisor. At first he didn't like it, but I told him, look, you know, I'll clean it before they get there. That's just gonna be real clean when they get there. They're gonna like that shit, you know? So he was like, all right, because, you know, they're based on Visalia, so they don't want to have a motherfucker come from Visalia to Kalinga just to clean the shit. And go. It wouldn't be worth it gas-wise. I live right there. So they're like, all right, you handle that shit though, you know? And then that's the spirit too, because I ordered a watch too for, it's gonna come in tomorrow because I need to know, because then I had the other job, so I didn't know, okay, you know, I gotta quick this shit to go to my other job though, which starts in the morning though. So that's why I did that, because once I finish the bank job, right there cleaning it, I'll go jump into my next job though, because it starts at 7:30. So I gotta wake up earlier though. See, my woman was like, you're gonna do that? I told her everything's sacrifice. Like, everything's sacrifice. All right, you'd rather me work and they gotta wait till like 6 in the afternoon, because I get out my other job like at 11, 12, you know, part time. So then I gotta wait till 6, 7 in the afternoon to go clean for 1 hour. I told her, nah, I'd rather do that shit so I can get that shit over with and be good. Yeah, exactly, right? You know, there's times too where, hey, I gotta do some shit though, man. And sometimes you gotta go out of town, but it's like, damn, I gotta be on time to make it back to clean the fucking, you know, fuck that. So I told her, you know, I gotta wake up, you know, an hour, 2 hours early, an hour early, but it's okay though, you know, it's right there in town, and it's everything's, I told her everything's a sacrifice, you know, and that's just the way it is. You know, this truth though, you know, coming out here too, you know, it's, you know, probably what, Romans 12 though, you know, make your body into a living sacrifice though, but it's okay because I enjoy doing this though, you know, but it's okay though, you know. This is the only one time out of the week where it's like this is the only time you come out to be yourself though, you know.
Real self.
Yeah. Because we all, would you say, we're being what's Superman?
Clark Kent in the world, but we're Superman right
here. Yeah, because we got capes, you know. So our 6 days out of the week gotta be that, and then come 1 day out of the week we become Superman.
And Halbershai is the kind of guy that approved us right. Yeah. He'll make a car crash happen, and a car will come and try to smash me, and it'll get smashed, and I'll still be standing all scared and shit. What the fuck happened?
Yeah, because you see videos of people like happening to that people, you know?
Yeah, they're ready to run under some shit. I thought, oh, I got a piece of glass behind.
Yeah.
But a fucking car just tried to slam into me.
That big, yeah. Yeah, you know, because, you know, that's the only too, been times too where, you know, I could have been taken out too, you know? Like, I almost drowned twice. I got into a car crash coming from the, well, I wasn't driving, I was in the back seat. It was me and my cousin, and my little cousin too. We were coming from the, Yosemite? You know them mountains though? We fucking got traction, and that motherfucking car went down. You know what I'm saying? And then the tree that stopped us, which was on my side, it stopped us, boom. Back when was able to get out, so I had to see my cousin, and he opened up, kicked the door, he got his little sister, and we left and shit, you know? We got out of there, but we went fucking down, you know?
Scared.
And then my mom told me not too long ago too, she said that, you know, when you're a baby, you almost died on us, right? Like, what the fuck? And she's like, yeah. She's like, when you're a baby, I don't know how many months I was, she said that I caught a fever and shit, you know? And it's spread too, because when I was younger too, I was catching fevers, you know? When they hit me hard. And I guess that she would take me to the doctors, but she said that they couldn't find anything though, you know? So they would send me back home, whatever, with her, and I guess I kept getting sick and shit. And then I guess she's like, fuck that, I'm gonna take it to the specialist, whatever. And then the doctor was specialist, where he was like, man, if you would have brought him a day or 2 days after, he would have been done. She gave, I don't know what he gave her to give me, I guess, but I was a baby, you know what I mean? So there's many times I could have been taken out too, you know? But the Most High, like I said, though, he has pity, though. I mean, if he has you to do something, he's gonna have you to do something. Anything from what his brother said, a car coming, almost hitting you, if he has you, like, gonna do the word, you know, me preach the word, he's gonna have you preach the word, even if you went through all of those things, though, man, you know? Like I said, I almost drowned twice, got a car crash, and I have probably other things I could have done too, you know? But he has me here, and that's mercy, though, you know? So, can you get down, Baba Michelle?
Jeremiah 23:1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, said Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Therefore, thus said Yahweh Shem Yahushai of Israel against the pastors that feed my sheep, that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doings, said Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
She scattered my people, right? They said Israel. Scattered them. Doesn't mean they came up and, tell you to go away. No, I said you didn't come with the truth though. This Christianity, the Muslim, and all these other Catholic religions, whatever, they come, these pastors, preachers, priests, whatever, they come at you with these different doctrines though, so they're making you scatter away from this truth though, you know. And it said woe, so woe means destruction though. So the Most High, Yahweh Shema Shah, is gonna pay what's it called? Is gonna pay my attention to them. You know what I'm saying though? Gonna visit them. It's gonna visit all these wicked pastors because they said woe to them though. So that's destruction, and that's gonna happen no matter what. So either you're on the right hand or you're on the left hand though, you know. But that's the thing about it though. You know, these Christians though, these churchgoers, all these people and shit though, man. Like just yesterday, I was at my grandma's. I seen Caesar Borgia. I can't even say. I was shy. I seen Caesar Borgia, right? And I was like, she hasn't read Revelation, the first chapter, the Book of Daniel.
I was at a house today with a picture like that. And I started laughing.
Yeah. With the Virgin Mary and all
Like,
that
who the fuck
shit.
is this? Y'all, hey, Caesar.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying though. So, whoever told her or whatever she, came with though. That pastor, wherever he was and shit though, he scattered my grandma from this truth though, you know? I mean, she's already up in age though. I mean, I could tell there's portions of the truth though, things of the matter, but what did it say? You can't put new wine in an old bottle. You know? You just can't, man. You just can't put new wine in a bottle. Yeah, there's so much information that y'all sit down and give and things like that though. But like I said, the Most High has ordained which you are and which you is though, you know? Which is I'll just get real quick. Can you get the one I said?
This is John 3.
Yeah. Oh yeah, fuck yeah. 3.
Verse 8 to 12.
Yeah.
The wind bloweth where it listeth, and thou hearest the sound thereof, but canst not tell whence it cometh, and whither it goeth. So is everyone that is born of the Spirit. You can't even tell.
And he was talking to Nicodemus. There you go. Yeah.
Nicodemus answered and said unto him, how can these things be? Yahushua answered and said unto him, art thou a master of Israel, and knowest not these things? Because he was, Nicodemus was.
Yeah.
And he was like, aren't you a master? And you don't know these things?
Yeah, exactly. Because he didn't say you're born either flesh or either spirit.
Yeah.
How can you not tell the difference though? All that what he said went over his head. It went from one ear to another. He's like, how can you understand what I'm telling you? Aren't you the master of Israel?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So he was, was pretty much a prophet. So, people look at him like he's this prophet and things of the matter though. But here comes Yahweh Shai schooling him. How can you not know about this and that though? Like that guy that came like a month ago, whatever. I told him, okay, break down Revelation 1 and 7. He had a struggle. So I'm like, well, let me break it down to you then. So that's the type of spirit, Yahweh Shai, is though, So he couldn't, it went over their head though, his head though, he couldn't even get it though. But you see, that's why, even these other Israelite camps, they'll tell you one thing, but then they'll tell you like, they'll interpret it where it's like going off. Like IUIC says the MOTB is believing in Christianity and shit, because you're saluting to that shit. But it's like, okay, but if it's the MOTB is that, what about these Muslims, these Buddhas? They ain't saluting to Christianity. They're Buddhas.
They're the whole world.
Exactly. Yeah. Gone. Yeah. Exactly. Though. So what about Buddha, Muslims, and all them fools and shit?
What about Hawaiians?
Yeah. What they believe. Yeah. What about all them? So they're not saluting to that shit. Because I said the whole. Yeah. Like his brother said, the whole world though. So that's what I'm saying though. So. Come on, that's why the Apostle Tahar says get into the words though, because there's the spiritual mark when Ezekiel 9 and 4, and then there's that, M-A-R-K, that's the different word, it's word different though, because the one in Ezekiel is spiritual, that one's actual, goes back to, like the Brahma, Brahma. So it's like grave, which means raven. Because when you back in the day, the tombstones, they used to grave the names and the year they died and shit. So that's graven though, because that's a mark that got left there so people can actually see. So I mean, it's simple, but I mean, like I said, it takes one from IUIC to break it down to you differently. But then, next week they come out with the shit though, and you take that MOTB though, and next thing you're done.
Yeah, because your confidence was based on that false prophet scattering you away.
Yeah. Scatter you from what it actually is though. And that's gonna make a lot of people fall though, because IUIC has a lot of fucking members, man. A lot of fucking members. They got into it with the BLM fucking people too, not too long ago.
They probably have a million.
Yeah, they do. they have thousands of views all the time. They would go live and shit. You know, they got thousands of people viewing them and things like that.
The thing that makes me laugh the most is, like they have their shirts. Like they have their shirts. They make like Sakari has a Sakari shirt.
Oh yeah.
ISPK has ISPK shirts. They have name brands.
Oh yeah.
IUIC. Those are name brand Israelites.
Yeah.
Man.
Brand though.
But
they're gonna get that brand too in their hand.
But if you're a sneakerhead, you know what sneakers are better than others.
Yeah.
You know what's the best sneaker out there. So we're wearing the best sneakers.
Yeah, exactly. Though we don't need no too. I mean, we follow GMS though, but we're not with the shirts and things like that. You know.
That's a franchise.
Yeah, exactly. It's a brand. You know.
You go to KFC, what do you see? People wearing KFC shirts.
Coming out.
Yeah.
You
see people wearing Burger King shirts.
Coming out with the KFC with the buckets with the KFC on it. So you're just like promoting the. Promoting them.
From Monday to Friday, from 7 to 3:30, I'm promoting my work.
Exactly. Yeah, but once you come here, you think that shit, you know?
Yes.
You don't see us wearing GMS shirts.
That's what I say, yeah. You don't see that though. Can you get Micah 3, 5 and 6? Can you get Ezekiel 13, 6 through 8? Yeah, because we're out here just to, what's it called? To preach the word though. And, because we're not here to profit though, so I'll get a precept real quick though, because those guys try to make profit, the profit out of shit, because Sakari does, and IUIC does too though, you know. But I'm gonna get this precept real quick. There's the book of Proverbs 23 and 23. Buy the truth and sell it not. Also wisdom and instruction and understanding. Right? So if you're a righteous person, right, you're not gonna say, hey, subscribe to my channel, you pay $20, $60 the annual monthly thing so you can see my videos. It tells you right there, but don't sell it, the truth. Don't sell it. It's simple.
That's real power.
Yeah. You don't need that.
Micah 3 and 5. Thus said Yahweh Shai concerning the prophets that make my people err, that bite with their teeth and cry, peace, and he that putteth not in their mouths, they even prepare war against him.
I don't think it can get any more clear than that. Can you get that one?
Ezekiel 13, verses 6 through 8. They have seen vanity and lying divination, saying, the Lord said, and the Lord hath not sent them, and they have made others to hope that they would confirm the word. Have ye not seen a vain vision, and have ye not spoken a lying divination? Whereas ye say, the Lord said it, albeit I have not spoken. Therefore thus said the Lord God, because ye have spoken vanity and seen lies, therefore behold, I am against you, said how about
exactly. So it wasn't sent from the Most High. You're speaking lies, though, you know. Like if this guy, that guy said he has a coffee with God. Come on, man. So you here saying things like that though is gonna make our people err, you know. So you gotta come 100% with the truth though. You can't even go off one word though, you know. You gotta give it like 100%, best of your ability. If you mess up or something like that, you correct yourself. Your brother corrects you. If you went off on a video, you're like, oh shit, I went off on this, so I'm gonna take it down and make it again, but actually do it right, So you gotta come correctly with this though, You can't just have steps going in things like that, because the Most High, like I said, the Most High, they had people kill someone because of the Sabbath, because he picked up sticks though, and that's why we got these fringes though, Everything is real sacred, we gotta take these vows. Yeah. You gotta be truthful. You gotta be, like how Jake said, you gotta be real. You gotta be real. Because not though, like I said, it's like that's always think of Final Destination, movies. The Most High is gonna come at you, send an angel, and kill you in a drastic way though, like in that Final Destination movies, So, if you're out here in a high stature, you gotta, Yeah, and do things seriously, you know.
Sacred time.
Yeah, especially now these times, though, you know. But like I said, once you come, you know, you have a taste of this truth, though, which this will be my last piece of, you get a Hebrews 6. Because once you come and get it, it's like, you know, like a piece of a pie, you get a taste of a piece of a pie, you're like, man, I want more and more, though, you know. So, and this precept, it tells you, like, you having this truth, though, it's hard to go back to, like, the world, though, you know. But you thinking, like, oh, I got the, you know, I got the Holy Ghost, you know, like that guy from last month said, oh, I'm saved, brother. It's like you coming with vanity, man. You how you saved though? His brother told him, you get hit by a car right now, you didn't get saved from that shit. You know? So how are you saved though? And then he wouldn't even get things like, if we tell him like, okay, what is the book, this chapter of Revelation means, he wouldn't even be able to break it down though. He just told us what he knows and that's it. But that was that Christianity what taught him though, you know? So he can't, because like I said, you know, this little clip I see from Pastor Hart, he said, ain't no one in the world can teach the Bible, know the truth, but us, only GMS though. That's what he said though, you know? And that's the truth though. You know, they'll break down any precept from the Bible though, you know? Oh, this means this and that. Like nothing though.
Pastor Hart broke down Deuteronomy 30 and 4.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
The uttermost place, which is farthest place, which is the
Here, yeah. Can you get down, Bob? That'll be my last one though.
Hebrews 6 and 4, for it is impossible for those who were once enlightened and have tasted of the heavenly gift and were made partakers of the Holy Spirit and have tasted the good word of Yahweh and the powers of the world to come, if they shall fall away, to renew them again unto repentance, seeing they crucify to themselves the Son of Yahweh afresh and put him to an open shame.
Exactly. Once you got this knowledge and understanding though, you get me like, man, fuck this world, man. I just want more and more and more though, you know? So why would you want to, you know, why wouldn't it come back to the world though, man? I wasn't happy in the world and shit. I wasn't never happy though. So you grow up, you know, you don't understand, like, why can't I bond with this shit, you know? Why can't I bond with, you know, with things that they're doing and shit, you know? And it all makes sense now though, because I, you know, losing up this world though, you know? It's more spiritual though, you know, than, you know, average jakes and shit. So now it makes sense though, you know, you see people from the world, you know, relatives and shit, they'll be on that shit of being in the world and shit, but I'm like, man, like, I don't give a fuck though, you know? Like, not to be rude and shit, but like, I don't give a fuck about all that, you know? But that's just the way it is though, man, because I want, you know, Lord will continue to doing this though, you know, until, you know, Yahweh Shai comes, you know, the heaven though, the sky. So with that, you know, that was the end of my lesson though. Beware of false prophets though, man, because they're popping everywhere.
So with that, I got a quick lesson. It's a little similar too with the lessons that these brothers did. It's about, you know, how right now we're going through the last times, you know, which is supposed to be troubling, you know. And the end days is supposed to be, you know, dark days, you know. So, but the hope is, you know, that if you repent and follow the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shai Shai, then he's going to have your back, you know. So you don't have to worry, you know, you don't have to worry in these last days about all this trouble that's coming upon the world. So Psalms 54 and 1. You can start at safety.
Psalm 54 1. Save me, O Yahweh Shem Shai, by thy name, and judge me by thy strength.
So it was Psalms 54 and 1, and it said, save me, O Yahweh, by thy name. So the only way you could be saved, is by his name. So if you don't know his name, you can't be saved. His name is Yahweh Shai. If you're calling on Jesus or Jehovah or Yeshua, you're not going to be saved because that's not his name. So read it again.
Psalm 54 and 1. Save me, O Yahweh, by thy name, and judge me by thy strength.
So it says, save me and judge me. So we want to be judged. You know, there's some people who say, oh, don't judge me. You know, but we want to be judged. You know, please judge us, because we want to know if we're doing right. You know, we want to know if we're doing right, and the way we know if we're doing right is by the Most High judging us. You know, He's giving us like a rating. You know, some people, the world, they look at us like we're underrated. You know, but the Most High, He's the one that has the actual.
He's the actual real critic.
He's the real critic. He's got the real measure. You know.
That's the spirit. Because I was thinking about the other day. I had a tape measure in my hand, and I was like, man, this is how people measure. But our Lord measures with the Bible. With the measurements.
Yep, that's right. So, if you're looking at us and judging us, you know, you're not judging us in the correct way.
You're judging us by your standards.
Yep. So we want to be judged by the strength of Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
So like it. Just imagine a homosexual judging.
Yeah.
Transvestite judging. You don't look fabulous with all that hair on your face. You stand too low than or I don't know what they would say. I can't imagine. You wouldn't like that. You're like, shut up. You get real upset.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Fight will start.
We can't speak against homosexuality because it's a crime. You know.
A hate crime. Imagine that.
So it tells you who the fuck's really the devil.
And how come when Esau the devil was saying nigger, how come there was no hate crime law there?
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, exactly though.
That's because he was in control of his own laws. You know?
Right.
Still making laws and shit to this day. Passing legislation and fuck, you know?
Yep. So all that matters is we're being judged by the Most High and by the Bible. So, verse 2.
Hear my prayer, O Yahweh. Give ear to the words of my mouth.
So, hear my prayer. We want the Most High to hear our prayer. We got to be constantly praying, constantly begging Him, because you don't, like I said, you don't know how much time you got. You know, you don't know how much prayers you have left. You know, you only get so many. You know, like there's a movie. It's called Over the Top, right? With Sylvester Stallone. He's an arm wrestler, and he's gonna arm wrestle a big dude, right? But that big dude, he's like, you ain't got a prayer in Vegas, you know, saying that he don't have a chance, you know. So only the Israelites, only we have a chance at salvation.
Jeez, that's spectacular.
You know?
That means we're special. See, all these lessons go with each other.
Yep, that's right. Read it again.
Psalm 54, verse 2. Hear my prayer, O Yahweh. Give ear to the words of my mouth.
So hear my prayer. Give ear to the words of my mouth. So how is the Most High going to hear you if you're not talking to Him? If you don't know the Hebrew, because the Lord speaks in Hebrew. You can't be talking to Him in English. You
All
know?
the angels in heaven speak Hebrew. All the demons speak Hebrew. Satan speaks Hebrew.
All this shit is deceptive language. It's diluted language, though. It's diluted. It's like,
How many foreign words are in English? Tortilla, shawarma. I mean, you can say anything with any language in English.
yeah, quesadilla.
Yeah. And if you're not praying, you're just living your life like if He don't exist, which that's what His name means. You know. Yeah, He exists. So you have to live your life like He exists. Just because you don't see Him, you know, He's right there.
Yeah, it tells you in Hebrews 11, though, faith is, you know, something that you don't see, though, you know? You gotta have faith, though. People gotta literally see things to believe it, you know? Like, in that movie In Time, that main dude, Justin Timberlake, his friend, he liked to drink a lot. So that guy, Justin Timberlake, asked his friend, how long have we known each other? And his friend was like, I think like 10 years. So he gave him 10 years. And then I guess like a week or 2 months went by or something, he went back to visit his friend. And his wife opened up the door and was mad at Justin Timberlake. He's all, you gave him so much time that he drank himself to death. Because with that time, you pay for shit, you know? I guess you pay for things though. So he had 10 years worth of time, so he went to beer, you know, alcohol. He died from that shit. That's how these jakes are living nowadays, you know? Living their life to the fullest, that's what I say. YOLO.
Yeah, you give someone free time, and they're not using it wisely. It's just gonna be trouble for them, you know?
Yeah.
It's like the boss says, you got a free day. And you're like, but I want to stay here.
Yeah, like we get what's called PTO, which is paid time off. If you don't use it wisely,
You don't ever use it.
like if you don't use it when you're sick, then when you're sick you can't use it, you know.
That's the day, you know, where the labor you could have got paid for, you know.
Let's say you didn't get enough sleep. Like, oh, I'm gonna call it today. I got enough sleep. And then that keeps happening. And then one day you wake up and
One day you're really sick.
you can't even walk to the bathroom.
Yeah.
You're all throwing up, squirting chorro, and
And that's the day they needed you the most.
And you're gonna be like, I should have saved that PTO. You know?
It doesn't it go too, like if you don't use it for that year or so long that they just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I believe so. So
some companies are different.
yeah. But I remember
If you don't use it, they cash you out. You know?
Yeah.
So get the next verse.
Psalm 54:3. For strangers are risen up against me, and oppressors seek after my soul. They have not set Yahweh before them. Selah.
So it says, strangers are risen up against me. And those strangers, it's talking about Esau and the other nations.
That's the spirit, because that's always been the case with Israel. Someone else is always up on us and seek after our soul.
Yep.
Literally, yeah.
They're seeking our soul. They don't only want our bodies, they want our soul. You know?
Christian pastor would have been like, see, don't take candy from strangers. Or don't talk to strangers.
Yeah, because if they're able